Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. So this is our third group discussion, and we introduce ourselves first. So my name is Muhammad Hakim.
My name is Ifan.
My name is Muhammad Aziz.
My name is Rushdia.
I am Suhana.
My name is Pika.
My name is Lina.
My name is Wang Jueqi.
Okay, thank you. So everyone has come today. So and for this week we are going to discuss more on our topic, our selected topic, which is road safety. And for this week we are going to discuss what have we read from journal, newspaper, or other sources. So we may start now. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. According to my research I have read a few things about this road safety, and I think we have to focus on the ways to improve, since that in Malaysia itself the rate of accidents increase every year. And that will become a big problem to us, and we might be afraid to be on the road. So, since I read a lot of newspaper, basically the newspaper around when we have public holiday like Hari Raya, the rate of accidents on the road happen really high, and this will increasing like very high, and this is so become a big problem. So okay, we should in order for us to improve the road safety among the people, we have make sure each of us must realize about the awareness on the road safety, because the causes of the road safety happen in Malaysia mostly about they are not aware of the rules and regulation on the road itself. This become the the main problem of the accidents. Okay, if we have the awareness on the road safety, we can be more careful on the road, and this will lessen the harm for other people, especially for people who ride on motorcycle and so on. Okay, and based on my research also, our authorities or government has increased the rate of compound for the people who disobey the regulation. And since they increase the compound, the drivers become
More
careful, since they are afraid they have to give their money and so on. So this is the way to improve, and there's such many other ways. So anything else to be adding to this?
Yeah, I think I agree with what you have said, ways to improve. The one that the authorities have has higher the compound rate. I think that is a good way, as I am a driver too. So whenever I drive, I will take a precaution for not drive it too fast, because I don't want to pay the compound. As nowadays, I think the compound is 300 ringgit. I think so. It's pricey for me to pay it. So whenever I drive right now, I will always be careful to avoid the compound.
I see something.
Yeah.
It is understandable that the government has applied some compound of fine for say RM300, but for me, the mistake is on the government itself, because first thing first, the government is not educated enough about our road safety facts. Okay. So one thing, for example, just about this recent news when they say that thieves are using full face helmet to rob people because it's like a mask. Okay, so what they imply, what they wanted to do is they wanted to what haram? They want to
illegal.
they want to ban the use of full face helmet just because the thieves are using them to rob people. So
Right.
how much more stupid can the government be for implying that kind of rules?
Yes.
Because we need the kind of full face helmet to protect the motorcycle riders, but then they imply that they should not wear that. So from that example, we can see and understand as to how the government has a really low level of education on road safety. So what I am suggesting, instead of starting educating the people, why not we start focusing on the government to make sure that they really do understand the kind of road safety that we really does need in Malaysia.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Quite.
I never think of that.
brave statement there.
Okay, first.
Okay, thank you. I also agree with you that we should like educate for the government. And I have a question also. What if like the rich people, they also like break the rules? And like you said that you try to avoid that because you don't want to pay for that things. What if rich people, they have money and they also like, it's okay, I want to do it because I have money, so I can pay many times.
Can keep
So
doing the
yeah,
Yeah.
how can we solve it?
So we should think a way how to avoid that too.
So
How to educate people like that too.
meaning that when the government wanted to implement some rules and regulation based on road safety, they first need to be educated. For example, they need to study how the Malaysian people are for their level of earning salary. So instead of just equally giving rates of fine 300 for everyone, why not be based on their salary? So say for example the fine is 20% based on their salary. So that kind of enforcement can actually be more efficient, be more reliable lah kot. Okay.
So what you thought just now, it's about the compound that we follow the salary of the road user.
Yes.
So how about the poor people that
So this is how this works. For example, 300 may be too much for someone who earns 500 a month, but it may be too little for someone who earns 5,000 a month. So if we say 10% of their salary, it will be equal. So 30 ringgit.
I think in Finland they do like that.
Yes.
I think 10% from their salary will be charged for the compound.
And this is not just layman talk. This is actually based on many discussion on the internet, on the automotive magazines, articles, journals, not journals, articles. Yes.
Okay, I think it's enough for ways to improve about the compound. So how about other topic about maybe about type of road safety, pro and cons of road safety, importance of safety on the road. Maybe not more about the compound like that. So any other point?
Types.
Types.
If you really okay.
It's okay, you can stop first.
If you really wanted to say about the types of road safety, we actually can be it actually can be divided into the kind of vehicles that is used on the road itself, and also the people who use the road itself. For example, we have the pedestrian, we have the bicycles, we have the motorcycle, we have cars and lorries and whatnot. So this kind of road safety should be divided, be based on the kind of usage, the type of usage. So maybe we can start from the first one, pedestrian safety, and how is that?
Yes, I agree with you because people who use the road should think and always be reminded that they share the road with other users. Maybe sometimes like the driver, when they are driving on the fast lane, they will forget about the other users like motorists. Yes, and the pedestrian also need to be reminded that if they are walk at the road, they should not
Take the opposite side.
yes, because maybe the car driver or other road user will not see them. So the point is that everyone should be reminded that they share the same road and take precaution to avoid anything bad happen.
Yes.
Anything then?
Yeah, I want like to add some more for you, something like how to use how motorcycle or car to use one road. Actually, I think it still depends on the government. Actually, in my country, China, in our country, it's something like we separate the road. It's one road for motorcycle, and very nearby the walls road is for bicycle, and the cars road, your bicycle and motorcycle cannot go in. And also in the city, in the big city, we are not allowed the motorcycle inside. Means you cannot ride the motorcycle, but bicycle is okay. And in small town or village, you can ride your motorcycle. And also, I want to add something about the type of safety. It's not only for person, it's also for the machine, for the car. I saw a lot of very old cars in this country, am I right?
Yes.
But actually, it's not really safety. Because the skid or the tire or the light is already not work really hard. It's really hard to drive. And I saw some in my country or in Japan or in Korea. The thing is something like if the car you drive more than 10 years, the government will not allow your car go in the road. Means if you drive the car, you are illegal, and your license will be dropped, and you have to got the license again.
Yeah, so the government have proposed that kind of law.
Yeah, if you should, if you really follows it, it will be more safe. Because if the machine is not useful, you can do nothing because you are human, and you can feel the pain, but the machine cannot. Actually, I saw a lot of cars even older than me. It's 22 years, 23 years.
Maybe you there's some people that using the old cars, but they always take a good care about the maintenance.
But actually, also it depends on the car. But actually, for the machine is if the machine work more than 10 years or 15 years, whatever how you maintain it, it's already old. So you should change or you should get a new one.
I got your point. It start from whatever you say. It's start from the individual thought itself. The person itself, self-education. Because if the person aware about the road safety, about the maintenance of the machine, about others, we can avoid the accident and avoid everything, right? So, Fee, got anything?
But I think we should focus more on the way we use the way we use
the machine, the car vehicle.
itself. Yeah, like the signal, the high beam. Nowadays, I always see the people use the high beam for the fast road, for the fast lane to cut off the other car. I think it's dangerous because we might get our eyes not clear to the.
But it just a beam, just.
No, they just light on the beam, high beam always.
There's a road driver.
So you're implying on the attitude of the driver themselves.
Yeah, attitude of the driver, and they don't want always use the signal to make the.
Nowadays, people also change their car from yellow to white, like.
White car. White.
Sometimes it annoys me, like it's just a proton vehicle, but it was white line, and I was like, what the? And it makes me cannot see the road.
Yeah, clearly, right?
Yeah, and I hate that.
Disturbing your side.
Yeah, very disturbing.
We might get accident like that.
So, anything else?
We have two more topics actually to discuss ways to improve and pro and cons about safety. So we're going to touch about ways to improve. So ways to improve the.
We've touched on that.
We have
already
sorry about that. And pro and cons about safety. So
Safety. What cons is about safety?
I think there's no cons about
Yeah,
safety.
so
Safety is everything.
It is about the. It is not pros and cons. Is when the consequences if you apply the safety on the road and if you disobey the safety of the road.
Yeah.
So
The effect after that.
So we're going to change.
But I think it's still about the self-education.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
As an example, if Rushi and I obey the rules and follow the road safety, but Hakim and Irfan not follow the rules, how come we can avoid the accident, avoid the anything bad happen?
Yeah.
Right. So everyone should
Take the rule.
yes.
That's why we have a public announcement to make.
Yeah.
To make people realize about the importance of safety on the road.
Yeah.
So I think we should touch more about the self-education
Yes.
to make sure people
Educate.
themselves to know their role to avoid
To make a peaceful road.
yes, because we share the same road.
Yeah.
So,
That's a wrap up.
Okay.
so I think lastly, importance of safety we can get the reduce our what is
Yeah, I think
reduce more life reduce
Accidents.
accident and save more life in future.
okay. Anyone?
I have one question.
Oh, okay.
What if like while you're driving and then suddenly there's animal like running in front of your car? Okay.
Oh, just like the tiger,
Yes.
killed by the car.
I don't want.
Yeah, what should we do about that things?
That's we cannot.
It always happens.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Last month.
Last month or 2 months ago,
2 months.
there's a case when a car hit a tiger.
Starex.
Yes,
Kemaman.
Kemaman.
LPT2.
LPT2.
So if that's in question, my opinion is that there's always someone to blame. So in this case, it should be the one who manages the road.
Yes.
So for
I think
example,
that's so.
So for example, if it's along the Plus highway, that should be the Plus people who should maintain their road, who should do inspection monthly, daily, to make sure that the road is animal free.
yes.
Yes.
Can I give my
Yes,
question?
yes.
As the LPT2 is a new road, so I think maybe the management, maybe the
They don't wear.
no, I think when the road is open, develop, and the animals it is disturb the habitat, and they don't know where to go, and suddenly they usually go to that side, the road that have been open, and suddenly they don't know that it have been developed, so they just cross it and then a car hit them.
Yeah, because it is biologically and ecologically change for the habitat. That is why it's happened.
So I think that's all.
I think that's
And
all.
we should end our video
Our
already.
discussion
In our discussion.
Today.
I think that's all for today. Thank you for the cooperation and see you again last week.
See you again
Next week.
Next week, sorry. Bye.
Bye.
HDR.